Well, it's noon here in Bethesda, Maryland, a much brighter day than yesterday. And this is news that you can use from YAA with your hosts, Zach and Ray. And I do believe today's a special day, is it not?
Show me the money. Show me the money.
You're showing me the money?
Pops, I think someone's at the door. Can you let him in?
Oh, my. And the F&I goddess herself, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I act shocked every Friday. Miss Kimberly Kline.
Hi, guys. I forgot my pillow today, so I'm a little shorter than you are. But it's good to be here.
And it's always good to see the F&I goddess herself.
Well, thank
Miss
you.
Kimberly Kline. Yes.
Thank you.
Kimberly,
Great
happy
to be
Friday.
Here.
Happy Friday to everyone who's joined us. Before we kick things off, I want to remind everyone back at joinyaa.com. We can help you across the board. We're going to definitely touch on some success stories today, and we're getting the ads out of the way early. Day 4.
Apparently, yeah.
Big win, Kimberly. I don't know if you watched yesterday's show. I could not log in.
Yeah. Can you today?
Yeah,
I can today.
Sure you can.
I can. I'm
Okay.
logged in, man.
Yeah, look at that.
We're going to definitely spend some time. my.caredge.com. It is day 4. You're watching in real time.
Yeah.
A business come together. And I am going to just demonstrate that I think it works today. So I'm going to add.
We're about to find out.
Ready, Kimberly? Ready? And then we're going to get to the Ford news. Because the Ford
I'm
news
so excited. Let's do it.
I forget how many miles it said was on this, but we're just going to do that. We're just going to do that.
Sure.
And we'll use 28814.
Sure.
I think. Fingers crossed. Boom. I just added my
Look at-
Ford EcoSport. And what's cool about this is I
Yes.
get my car edge valuation now.
Yes.
If I go back into the buy and let's say I wanted to buy this new Lincoln Nautilus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I come to the monthly payment calculator, I can pull in my EcoSport.
Look at that.
Yeah. So then when I'm choosing, okay, so you know what? It works. It works.
It does
User
work.
error.
Real time. Real time. I love
That
it.
was
Yeah.
some user error, though. That was
Yeah.
some user error the other day. Shall we kick
Yui.
things off with the Ford news?
Well, I don't know. I think we should just stop now that the damn website worked and just call it a day.
Happy
No.
Friday,
No.
everybody.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
let's talk some more.
Let's do it. I'm shocked at this.
All right, let's kick it off here, folks. Ford has increased the price of their cheapest F-150 Lightning another 9%. The starting price is now $55,974. The reason we cannot believe Ford is doing this is because isn't the future, Kimberly, isn't the future affordable EVs that everyone can have their hands on? Wasn't the F-150 Lightning supposed to be their mass market EV that everyone could get their hands on? The starting price now up to $56,000.
Yeah,
well, almost.
I said, we do this every week. We do this every week, Kimberly. You heard me. I said, Kimberly.
Okay, listen. This blows me away. I understand. What am I supposed to say? I understand prices of materials are going through the roof, and you need to pass that on to us. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Yes, I understand, Ford. Okay, I get it. No, I'm not going to buy that. Are you kidding me? And I may have heard that one place or another where, oh, we're going to make EVs more affordable. Not happening in my eyes. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but right.
Isn't that the second price increase that they've had in the last 2 or 3 months?
It is.
And what was the amount of the first price increase?
Wasn't that a similar, somewhere around 10%? I think it was. They only bumped up prices on the lowest trim levels then, and this is impacting those entry level trims as well. So it's the second significant price increase.
So the prices of Ford's EVs are rising quicker than inflation.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Can I ask you? Let me ask you a
Absolutely.
question. Are you surprised, Ray and Zach, that the company's shares were down about 3.5% in afternoon trade amid declines in the broader market? Does that surprise you that they're going down?
I don't think it's fair to look at one day. You know, like a stock will move up, it'll move down. I don't think that's an indication of like them changing price. Like I don't think the two are correlated. Right. I think the challenges that Ford are going to face are going to be more broad around. They've been really aggressive in how they're going to approach EVs and kind of going all in on EVs. Like, look at GM. Have they set up a separate business unit to sell EVs? No, they've just said that they're going to be profitable and make them $30 billion. But I think I find it hard to connect like a day-to-day stock change or, a value of a company and, what's in the news. But I don't think it's a good look that they keep raising the prices of their most successful selling truck in the United States. Like, that's not good.
Well, it's reflective of what reality is when it comes to the costs of producing EVs. The rare earth minerals that are required to be mined and utilized in the manufacturing of batteries and other items. It just makes these things extremely expensive. And I'm hard pressed to believe that at a certain point in the future, when all governments decide that it's time to ban ICE vehicles completely, that there'll be enough electric vehicles that are affordable to replace all those ICE vehicles. My suspicion is that there won't be.
Yeah.
And so the number of vehicles that will be owned and operated by private individuals will go down dramatically around the world because they just won't be affordable. EVs are not affordable. I don't care what anybody says.
No, yep, I'm with you. They are not affordable. And so my question is, do they believe that 55,974 is affordable for most Americans? Is that what Ford believes? I want to know.
And the tricky thing to answer that question is you look at their average transaction price over the past couple of years. They've gone up market. They've made money. Like, you could totally imagine some people in suits in an office saying, you know what, 55 grand, 56 grand, that's the new entry level point for one of our pickup trucks. When in reality, and the scary thing is they obviously have the Maverick out there, and those just get marked up by the dealer. So,
yes.
They're probably looking at the writing on the wall and they're thinking we should just charge more. But the sad reality is for the consumer, that's not a price point that many people can actually afford. I mean, we looked at it in the Cox Automotive data. What was it, Pops? The average EV transaction point
was 65,000 and change.
Yeah, and Justice is right. You've got like the Chevy Bolt. You've got the Chevy Bolt. So you got the Bolt.
True.
Yeah, but how many are they making?
No. I hear you. I'm just saying.
I mean, you can say you have the Chevy Bolt, and that's supposed to be an affordable entry level EV.
Yep.
Okay. And if they make 3, it might be a lot for all I know. I mean, okay, but if they made 3,000, if they make 30,000 in a year, that's not a lot. Yeah, 7. That's not a lot. It's not a lot of cars. But then again, manufacturers have, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, manufacturers have abandoned the inexpensive car market. They have no interest any longer in producing inexpensive entry-level cars in any large quantities. Because every time I rant about this, I see, well, there's this car or there's that car. Yeah, well, you can't find them in quantities. And then the other reality is that, well, there's just not enough Americans that want to buy them, even though they should. So I guess to Ford and General Motors and everyone else, as much as I complain about how they keep going more upscale, every time they try and cater to the lower price points, people don't buy them in big enough volumes for it to be worthwhile to them. So until we Americans get off our high horse of having to drive luxury type vehicles everywhere we go, instead of just buying a useful, inexpensive vehicle, then the manufacturers are never going to change. That's just my opinion. Boom shakalaka.
Boom.
It is definitely difficult to wrap your head around what's going on, but then come back to the reality. It's capitalism, and they're finding ways to make more money. And eventually someone will step in, I feel like, and fill that more down market void. We have a couple comments here in the chat that I want to pull up. And then another thing pertaining to Ford that is also shocking. James says, cute avatar, James.
Yes.
I have a Lightning reservation. Giving it up due to price changes just doesn't make sense to get rid of my diesel at this point. Getting a Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe.
There
Honestly,
you
I
go.
wonder if the Stellantis playbook of oversupplying the market,
Yes.
doing the incentives,
Mhm.
ultimately just wins out because people like feeling like they're winning in a negotiation.
Right.
You're telling them that their price on that Lightning keeps going up and up and up by, I don't know, 9, 10, 15, 20% over the course. Like, all right, Stellantis with your expensive Rams, but I get 10 grand off the price. I might
Yes.
be interested in that.
Yeah, well, who doesn't want to win during a negotiation?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at this, Kimberly, from Mark. First time seeing the advertised asking price for a new Asian internal combustion engine model, $1,000 under MSRP in Florida yesterday. Wow.
First
Oh my
time.
God.
And advertised that way too.
Yes.
That
It
makes
might
a
be
big
time to go to Florida.
Yeah. You pay for it in the dock fee, I'm afraid.
I'm pretty sure. Uh-huh.
So we have another story that pertains to Ford and other automakers as well. And this one's quite sad in all honesty. We've heard rumblings of this, but here it is right here. Child workers found throughout Hyundai Kia supply chain in Alabama. As many as 10 Alabama plants that supply parts to Hyundai or Kia have been investigated for child labor. And I think Ford was also, I think Ford, that was quite the...
that was unique.
Yeah, right?
I think
Are you
Ford is
okay?
also tied up in this as
We'll be
well.
so glad when you make it through puberty.
Thanks, God.
God. Oh my God. This was shocking to me, you guys. I didn't,
Yeah.
I was unaware. I admit I was unaware of this. And so this was really shocking to me. I don't know what to say about that. Child labor? Are you kidding me?
It appears as if, in many cases, and I'm sure it's not just in the automotive sector in Alabama, that many employers have found their way around some of the labor issues by hiring kids. I mean, at one of those plants, they found people, children as young as 12, working on an assembly line. I mean, my goodness gracious, that's some crazy stuff. But I'm just guessing, you don't have to pay those kids quite as much money.
It's so sad, big time.
It is sad. It really is sad. And let's be clear, this is under investigation with the Hyundai Kia plant in Alabama right now. So it is under investigation. But this little thing here, on August 22nd, a team of Labor Department and Alabama state inspectors arrived unannounced at one of these plants, according to people familiar with the operation. But as the team arrived, workers rushed out the back and left the premises before they could be questioned. One of the inspectors told a meeting of Alabama's anti-human trafficking task force last month. So you can't even talk to these kids. You know, you want to do an investigation, find out what's going on. A spokesperson has come out and said, hey, that's against our rules and our guidelines. We don't hire underage. So it makes me sad, but do know it is under investigation, which is a good thing.
You know, there's lots of things that are under investigation, and there's lots of PR answers to it. You know, like, oh, we wouldn't condone this. This is not what we're asking our suppliers to do. We wouldn't yes, you can say it, but if you don't live it, it doesn't matter what you say.
So true.
And so I don't know. Maybe Hyundai Kia needs to police what their suppliers are doing. Maybe Hyundai Kia just needs to police what it is that they're doing, as opposed to just sending out PR blurbs that say, "Oh my God, well, we wouldn't participate in anything like this."
Right?
It's both.
Probably.
Yeah, it's both. You need your local law enforcement to step up in a situation like this, and you need these corporations to be held accountable for allowing these things to happen.
Well, my guess is at a certain point, somebody's going to pay a fine and not admit any wrongdoing. Because that's the way it works.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, on a more upbeat note.
Please.
On a more upbeat note. We got two things. I didn't prompt either of you with either of these, so stick with me.
And that's surprising. Why?
Kimberly, what's your take on this?
I don't know. What is it?
The United States opens a probe into GM's Cruise vehicle's autonomous driving system.
Oh,
NHTSA
God.
received notices of Cruise vehicles abruptly braking or becoming immobile. I don't know if either of you actually, I know, Pops, you haven't watched this video, but Kimberly, there's a really successful YouTuber and tech enthusiast and pseudo journalist. His name's MKBHD here on YouTube. He's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
I'll have
Love
to
watching
watch.
his videos.
Yeah, I'll have to
He
watch.
actually posted a video of his Tesla on full self-driving. So not Cruise, but Tesla full self-driving going from his
Mr.
home
Brownlee?
to his Mr. Brownlee.
I
Marquise
watched
Brownlee.
it yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I don't watch this stuff. It gets
I haven't
sent to
watched
me.
it. I
I
can't
watch
wait.
it.
Okay.
It ties in with this probe into Cruise because you're watching him drive. You're watching his Tesla drive itself and just do some kind of strange things as it's full self-driving. And we have here now the US opening this probe into GM's Cruise. We did an article like this, what was it, a month or so ago? I mean, it just seems unrealistic to think that these cars are ever going to be driving themselves. What do you make of it, Kimberly? I think I know what you make of it, but what do you make of it?
Yeah, I think the entire world knows by now what Kimberly makes of it. I will never, ever get into a vehicle that's driving itself. Call me old-fashioned. I mean, I just won't do it. However, I am open-minded enough to realize that this could be the future, you know, especially with Uber going from A to Z in your autonomous vehicle driving itself. That's all great. But it scares me to death because behind every vehicle is a human being building that vehicle. They're built by man, and that can be scary at times.
This comment is scary. Have you guys heard of Comma AI? It's a thing you can install into any car and self-drive.
God, I have not heard of that. And I'm not installing it in my
No.
car. I will tell you, having watched that video yesterday,
Yeah.
and
I
Justin
can't
was
wait.
kind enough to send it to me,
Yeah.
and I watched it. And the most amazing aspect of the video was not the 3 times he had to override the automatic system. To me, the most interesting aspect of it was that I find my heart beating faster and I'm more nervous in this vehicle during this drive than if I was just driving the vehicle myself.
That's what Marquise said over and over and over again. Yep.
Yeah. And so having heard him say that, I don't need my heart beating any faster than it normally does. I'll just keep driving my own car and I'll just keep screaming at the drivers in front of me.
That's a
Yes.
great idea for something to do. Go ahead, Kimberly. Sorry.
I would my my medication bill would go up every month for sure because I would buy more and more blood pressure medicine. But somebody did say something, and my son says this to me all the time in chat. What happened to the art of driving? You know, when you would enjoy driving a car. I'm gonna guess there's an awful lot of people out there that are still like that, right? I mean, I love to drive.
There's a lot of people who are enthusiastic about driving. It also depends on where it is you're driving. Like, for instance, if you're driving on Wisconsin Avenue in Bethesda, Maryland,
Yeah.
you're not going to like that aspect of it. But you know, if you're on a country road somewhere, it can be great fun. I remember when I was at our Mini dealership, and we used to plan an event every year for our Mini customers, where we would do a mini rally from our store on Reisterstown Road in Owings Mills, and drive up to York, Pennsylvania, using typically just back roads so that we could go to a York Revolution minor league baseball game and drive the cars around the warning track and do a parade inside the stadium. And driving back roads is fun. We had a great time on those. I remember one year it was a JCW convertible, a stick, and I left a lot of people behind. I didn't, because it was so much fun to drive the car. But you have to be on roads like that for it to be enjoyable. Driving in the Washington, D.C. metro area on any of the roads is something other than enjoyable, or even something to even consider being enthusiastic about. I hate it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
hate
no,
living here. Have I ever mentioned that to you?
I agree with you, and I don't let anybody drive, period. I drive. I'm a little weird about that. But I would get in an Uber and have someone else drive me before I would get into a self-driving vehicle to go through down
Well,
Wisconsin Avenue. Yeah.
evidently the U.S. government has some questions about it as well, and so who knows how and when this will all come to fruition. But there are some interesting updates
Okay.
happening out there. Let's go back to the chat here for a minute. I had a great idea. Well, I
Okay.
think it's a great idea. We'll do it in a couple minutes here. Justice is reminding us that Florida doc fees are fairly crazy. Almost a $1,500 doc fee on a deal he
Oh my
reviewed
God.
yesterday. Hobby's got a question for both of you. Thanks for the
Hobby,
Yeah.
thank
contribution.
you.
Can I adjust
Thank you.
30 to 45 days first payment with Honda Financial Services?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Um,
can.
I mean, most dealerships like to set it up at 45 days as
Mhm.
opposed to 30, because at 45 days, there's greater interest amount that's earned. And your payment actually goes up because you're at a 45 days to the first payment.
Mm-hmm.
At 30 days, I know when we used to fight the monthly payments for people, we would switch from
Oh
a
yeah.
45 days to a 30 days of the
30
first
day.
payment to help bring the payment down a little bit.
Yeah.
So yes, that's
Which-
something you can definitely do.
Which always worked well with the high interest rate, to switch
Yes.
it back to 30 days. And a lot of subprime lenders only allow 30 days. But, I did see an incentive the other day. I think, you guys will have to correct me. Was it Honda having a 90-day? But yeah, I used to ask the customer, you've got up to 45 days. Is 30 days good, or would you rather have 45 days, and give them that option?
And most people say, well, what do most people do? Oh, most people go 45 days.
Yeah, and then I make a few extra dollars.
Yeah.
Because I
And
stretch
and
it out.
and on those 90-day to the first payment, your payment goes up because there's interest accruing over those 90 days. You might not be making a payment for 90 days, but interest is accruing, and that'll force your payment to actually be slightly higher
Interesting.
if you do 90 days when they run specials like that.
Yep. So 90-day
I-
payment at 0% is awesome. If you can find that.
Yes, that doesn't happen very often, however.
We've got some good insights here in the chat, and it's going to tie into one other piece that I wanted to hit on, which is Igor sharing some things from the auctions. Lightnings are selling below MSRP at the auctions. That's a crazy sentence to even think of that before they weren't. Telluride selling below MSRP at the auctions. Another good thing. Suburbans, Escalades, and Ollies selling for less than MSRP. So we are starting to see, I've seen some comments in the chat around used car prices, and I just want to acknowledge that we didn't queue it up for today's show. We'll really hit on this more beginning of next week, but we do have the most up-to-date Cox Automotive data about used vehicle inventory and prices. Sales are dropping, inventory stabilizing, prices falling. Okay, so
not for our viewers.
whatever. We're not going to get into it today. We'll do a deeper dive on Monday. But there you go.
Yep.
You are seeing prices drop on used vehicles. Kimberly, I know you have a tip that you want to share with the community, and I think we should do that now because I had this idea that I think could be quite fun for the three of us to do for the last, 5-10 minutes of the show. So Kimberly, do you have a finance tip of the week?
Well, it just had to do with stipulations. And, as interest rates go up, lending may become tighter. Guidelines are going to change. Ray and I discussed this yesterday as well.
Mhm.
Pay down your debt on your credit cards, boost your credit score, and make sure you have more cash down, because as interest rates go up, the lending is going to tighten up like a lid on a jar, and it might not be as easy. And also stipulations are going to go up. Okay, what's a stipulation? Stips. A stip is something that comes over on the approval for the finance manager to tell the customer, we need stips. We need proof of income, which is POI, which is typically your 2 most recent pay stubs. We need POR, which is proof of residence, especially if you've recently moved or if you're renting. We need some references. Why does a bank need references from me? References, a name, address, and a phone number of somebody that you know that is not living with you, a relative or a friend. It's not because the bank is going to call them and harass them. But if you decide to disappear, they've got contact information to try and find you. But that can be a requirement. And I'm talking about credit scores that are anywhere from 600, well, actually anywhere from 400 to 650. Okay,
Yeah.
because not everybody out there is a tier 1 credit, a 700 credit score. So stipulations are going to tighten as well. Don't be surprised if banks ask for more of that, and fraud is going up as well with online lending. So don't be shocked if you get hit with some stipulations.
And when you say if a bank asks for proof of residence, what type of what type of things would they be looking for to prove that?
If you especially if you're living somewhere under 2 years, they might want a utility bill with your name on it, not your roommate's name on it, a utility bill with your name on it. And I'm talking water, cable, or an actual lease contract or a mortgage showing your name on it would be proof of residence. Sometimes
There you have.
they will take an insurance card, but not usually. It's got to be more substantial.
Kimberly, I know earlier this week we were meeting with some of our credit union partners, and we've had great success so far at joinyaa.com/finance. We are actually pairing you up directly with some of our credit union partners. And so, for example, if you're going to be paired up with Wings, one of our credit union partners, make sure you become a member as well. Click on that button, then click on your Get Pre-Approved. But reminding everyone that we are here to help you as you navigate the finance process. And Kimberly, we're seeing more and more folks go through end to end, get their loans funded, need some of the stipulations on some, in some instances, but it's really great to see people are getting good
Yeah.
relative to, what the other interest rate options are out there right now.
Yes, 100%. I love seeing that. Go through the process. Get a pre-approval. It's not going to hurt
And
your
it's not
credit
that
score to
hard.
give it. It's not hard at all. I've done it like 15 times going through the process.
Exactly.
I've gone through the process, and then I've actually sent screenshots into our community to help them understand, hey, this is what it's going to look like. This is what you're going to see and experience.
And I want to jump over to the community in just a second, but I want to bring up something first. Steve-O says, do you ever discuss tire prices? Seems like a replacement of 4 quality tires is now pushing $1,000, one of the biggest maintenance expenses on a vehicle. Jim saying he paid $1,600 for tires on his Ford Explorer. We've actually talked, I've sent contacts over to, so thanks for bringing that up, guys. I've sent emails out to Tire Rack to see if we could get members-only pricing on tires or a discount for our members. They never got back to me. So that's a drum I'll need to beat more moving into next year. Definitely, it's an area where if we can leverage our group purchasing power, it's a no-brainer, and we totally should. Now, Kimberly and Pops, I want to give you both a quick shout out because the two of you combined your efforts and came up with Deal School 3.0. A lot of folks behind the scenes helping as well. And I just want to show you, so many folks have entirely completed Deal School, and we are proud of you. Super proud of you. Look at all these people that have entirely completed Deal School. Deal School 3.0 is great for a variety of reasons. One is you can actually communicate and chat with people on all of the different lessons. Thank you, Kimberly, for being in here and helping folks. And if I view the course, everything's organized.
Go back. Go back one more page. Scroll up. 5,734 students.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's bigger than a lot of colleges out there.
When you're on the course, it's all nice and organized. So if you click into a particular lesson, you're going to have the lesson, you're going to have the key takeaways, and you're going to have the PDF cheat sheets as well. And one of the things that we've done is we've included quizzes. Let me go back to this view. We've included unit quizzes for each of this particular unit so you can test your knowledge. James made some updates so that you will actually be able to see which questions you got right and wrong. Anyway, the whole thing's coming together. Deal School is available for YAA Plus members, or if you want to just purchase it yourself, go ahead and purchase it. Join YAA.com/Deal School. Congrats, Kimberly. Congrats, Pops. It's been great to see people using it.
It really has.
I hope to get some value out of it.
Yes, I want him to get value out of it too, but we give the support. So if you have the question, Zach just showed you. I don't need to reiterate. Zach just showed you, but
no, it's awesome.
We're still there for you. So if you go through it and you have questions, we're here for you.
Yeah, it's not like you bought a course and you're high and dry. Like you literally have the whole community there. It's Pretty damn cool. Okay, you guys, I want to do something different, totally off script. You guys ready for that? And also, Javi, thank you. Kimberly is $1,495, $500 above cost for Honda Care maintenance. Upgraded with bigger maintenance included. Worth it, or should I cancel? So this is a maintenance plan.
All right, so for maintenance, oh God, that's so expensive for a maintenance plan. Find out what the term of that maintenance plan is first. Add up how much it costs you for a basic service at the dealership. And you want to ask the question, does this maintenance plan include the very expensive services, which are typically around 30, 40, 60,000 miles, and they are expensive? Or is this a basic maintenance plan that only covers chassis, filters, lubes, oil changes, tire rotations? So find out what you got and see if it makes sense.
And then we can, and then we can tell you whether or not it's a good value.
100%. Yeah. And thank you for the donation.
So Kimberly and Pops.
Yes.
Now, neither of you think you're really excited about getting in a car that's got AI and driving itself. Have either of you guys seen ChatGPT? Have either of you seen this?
What is that?
I'll zoom in. Have either of you seen it? Kimberly, have you seen it?
That's a no for me. No.
This is an AI chatbot. Okay.
Okay.
I want to show you guys something. Let's say, all right, we can ask it literally anything. I'll start. Okay.
Okay.
How do I negotiate the best price on a car deal?
Are you to go to us?
We're about to find out.
Better.
I'm hopeful. It's thinking, man. Look at all the thinking it's doing.
Yeah.
Thinking?
Is
that what that little?
It's really thinking. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Negotiating the best price on a car deal can be challenging but rewarding process. Here are some tips to help you get the best deal. Do your research. Before you start negotiating, it's important to have a good understanding of the market value of the car you're interested in. Look up the fair market value of the car using online resources such as Kelley Blue Book, Edmunds, or Edmunds Boo, and consider any additional features or options that may affect the price.
Oh my God.
Shop around. Don't be afraid to visit multiple dealerships or private sellers to compare prices. That will give you this will give you a better sense. 1 second. Range of prices you can expect. Be prepared to negotiate. Don't be afraid to negotiate the price of the car. Don't be afraid to make an offer that is lower than the asking price. The seller may be willing to negotiate. Know your budget. It's important to have a clear idea of how much you can afford.
Stealing our stuff.
It's an AI chatbot, Dad.
She's stealing our stuff.
Wait, why does she have to be a she? I want to know why the chatbot has to be a she.
Why is it a she, Dad? Yeah.
Because women are brighter than men.
All right, let's be very careful here. All right. So this is an example. Now let's ask another thing. Like, Kimberly, what do you want to ask the chatbot? It can be a question. It can be like, a statement. What do we want to say to the chatbot?
I don't know, man.
I'm getting a little nervous.
Ray, you ask a question.
What do you want to ask it, Pops?
What's the best sandwich to get in Atlantic City?
Oh.
Atlantic City, New Jersey?
Yes.
Does anybody remember the 8-ball that you would ask it a question and shake it around?
Yes.
And then a little answer would appear in the dial? Yeah. Well, this is way more sophisticated than that.
Let's see if it comes up with the White House. If it doesn't, it's crapola.
Let's see, man. Let's see. If anyone in the chat has any suggestions for what we should ask, anything with lobster. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's difficult to recommend a specific sandwich shop in Atlantic City, as the best sandwich for you will depend on your personal preferences and dietary restrictions. Here are a few popular options you might consider. Philly cheesesteak, a classic sandwich from Philadelphia. The cheesesteak is made with thinly sliced beefsteak. Lobster roll. If you're in the mood for seafood, you may try a lobster roll. Italian hoagie. Another popular sandwich in the region, the Italian hoagie, is made with cold cuts. Chicken Parmesan sandwich.
Yeah, that's good.
For a hearty sandwich with a bit of an Italian twist. So there are many other delicious sandwich options available in Atlantic City, so it's worth exploring different restaurants and delis to find the perfect sandwich for you.
Yeah, is the White House a good place to
go?
It's
not going to give you a specific I can see that. Business, but it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can get the same information from if you have an ALEXA. I think you can get the same information, right?
Well, this one's more conversational, right? It's kind of nice. Like, let's ask it about self-driving cars. How about that?
Okay.
Do you think cars will drive themselves?
No, I think the better question is, would you ride in a self-driving?
Would you drive? Would you ride?
Let's see.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
gotta
see if
be.
artificial intelligence would ride in a self-driving car.
I know, right, Justice? I'm with you, Justice.
Oh, I'm scared for this one. Oh goodness. All right. As an artificial intelligence, I don't have the ability to ride in a car or any other physical vehicle. However, I can understand the appeal of self-driving cars for human users. These vehicles have the potential to offer a convenient and potentially safer mode of transportation as they are designed to use advanced technology. All right, so it's given a non-answer.
Yeah,
That
of
being
course.
said, here we go.
Yeah.
That the self-driving cars are still a relatively new technology and there are still many technical and regulatory challenges to be addressed. This is a great answer.
Yeah.
As with any new technology, it's important to carefully consider risks.
I'm picturing
And if
somebody
it-
behind a curtain going, you know,
You could be right, Kimberly. What is
What is
love?
love?
Checking.
Oh yeah, AI would know.
I'm just checking.
what is the meaning
Love
of
is a
life?
human emotion. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to find out what love is to artificial intelligence.
All right, it's the last one. Well, I'll stop after this.
Yes.
All right, ready? Love
Yes.
is a complex mix of emotions, behaviors, and beliefs associated with strong feelings of affection, protectiveness, warmth, and respect for another person. Wow.
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 Deep romantic or sexual attraction. Love can be a virtue representing human kindness, compassion, and affection. Bond between two people. This is incredible. It's really
That
pretty
is.
wild.
That is because
This thing
that-
told you how to negotiate a car deal.
and that explained love better than I ever could have.
What can I not say to a car dealer?
Or what shouldn't I say?
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Kimberly, this is my Saturday night, by the way, before we do
I'm-
the stream. This is what I do.
I'm kind of hoping it says you can say anything you want to a car dealer.
When negotiating the purchase of a car, it's important to be aware of here's a few things you should avoid saying. I have to have this car. The AI is you.
Yeah. Yes.
What's the lowest price you can give me? Puts the dealer in I can't afford it. Interesting.
Wow.
I'll take it as is. I mean,
Oh,
guys,
God.
this is
Oh,
kind of
don't
crazy
ever do
stuff,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a trade-in, so I need a good price.
Oh no.
Wow. Well, you know what's interesting? The starting next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific,
Oh God.
we'll have the AI do the show. you
Are
you
we
don't need
gonna-
us, Zach.
Exactly. Are we
Yeah.
gonna do our Friday wins?
Yeah, let's end with Friday wins. Let's end with. We could ask the AI about its Friday wins, but let's do our Friday wins.
Yeah, I'm curious though. I want to know what the wins are for the
Yeah.
AI on
I
Friday.
don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything else from Mr. or Mrs. AI.
There you go. Well done.
Yeah.
Zach's new co-host.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kimberly, what's your win from the week?
Okay, I have 2 wins. They're short and sweet. Okay, the first win is, hey, back in Driven for Women, we have a really great topic going on right now. And that is, how do you buy a car with your spouse? Interesting stuff. I love hearing about how, the dynamic of that happens in different households. It's really interesting.
If I may, Kimberly, let's remind everyone, Driven for Women is the community within YAA, joinyaa.com/community, specifically for women who are going through the car buying process, maintaining their vehicles, selling vehicles, help with finance, insurance. If you want to be added to Driven for Women, simply email Miss Kimberly Kline, correct?
Yes. Email me, Kimberly@joinyaa.com. Or you can go to help@joinyaa.com. Just let us know you went in. We'll put you in there, but you have to be a woman. Okay.
Yes.
And then the
indeed.
second thing is, wow, did we have a great time last week? Our organization, Zach, you brought our organization together. It was a fantastic time. I loved every second of it. Now, Ray and I were talking while we were there, and everybody was sitting around. And Ray, we have a certain saying of desking deals. So if somebody walked in the building and said, hey, where's Ray? Somebody might say, oh, he's desking deals. Well, that means you're putting deals together, right? You're desking deals.
Mhm.
And I said to you, Ray, do you realize that all of our peeps here, Ashley, Justice, Space, Oh my God, I'm gonna forget
Jerry,
everybody.
Phil.
Jerry, Phil. Am I forgetting anybody? They're desking deals in a way, and they're doing hundreds, and they're saving people just thousands of dollars every day. And so that's my win. We have a fantastic team. We had a great time, and they're saving people so much money. We're just here to help, and I love that. That's the win. That's the win.
I got two things to pull up. One thing is a team photo. So let me pull that up on the screen really quickly. They still got the proof over them, so bear with me. But we're gonna get the the final one soon. But here's the group behind the scenes. Good looking crew.
Yeah.
Right? You might even recognize some of the faces on there.
Yeah. Look at that.
Pretty awesome stuff. And Phil and Kimberly, the rest of the team, they put together a form where we're starting to keep track of all these deals because things are becoming so much more negotiable. So just some examples here, some vehicles that recently have been purchased on behalf of members of our community. We had a Honda Pilot, a 2020 Honda Pilot, get 12% off of the asking price.
Wow.
Percent under MSRP or what the deal was. We had a 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL, 8.5% under MSRP. A Subaru Outback, 7% below MSRP, folks.
Oh my God, that's
Crosstrack.
we know that store.
So anyway, if we can help you guys, seriously, if we can help you guys, that's what we do. That's 100% what we do. JoinYA.com. That's what we do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We know it's frustrating, people. Don't think we don't know. We know how frustrated you are out there with the car buying market right now and the entire process and the arrogance of some dealerships right now. But
yes,
boy, go take a look at the success stories, because that's going to make you feel good.
And this is the beauty of what we're trying to build. Look at this. Tim, my win is I got pre-approved by Wings this week at 5.75 for $35,000 for 60 months. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Are we hiring for a graphic designer? Not graphic designer, but like product design, UX design. We are hiring right now, software engineering and also for product design. So if you're interested in that, you can email me, please, Zach@joinyaa.com. Would be happy to hear from you.
That would be ZACH.
ZACH.
For those.
Although if you spell it wrong, if you send emails to us and it goes to an email address that doesn't exist, it still goes to me. So whatever.
Okay, cool.
But please don't abuse that.
Yeah.
We have from Javi saying really back to the Honda Care. It was 4 years, 60,000 miles. Yes, 15, 30, 45, 60K.
Okay.
Included.
I would for 4 years, 60,000, it includes those. I would have rather seen it more towards $1,000 to $1,200. Yes, I think 14 something is high, but I am glad that it does include those very expensive maintenance as well. And you're hedging against the rising cost of materials and labor.
And here's what I would do, Javi. I would call a different Honda dealership and say, "Hey, could you give me your costs for a Pilot for these various services? What the costs of those services are today, so you can then add them up yourself and see if it begins to make any sense financially to do the maintenance plan."
Love it. And want to cap it off with this from Mal Osborne. This is like self-checkout for YAA. I'm telling you guys, that chat AI thing, we got to watch out. You just ask it. Dealer says this. What do I say? I am just a mere AI, but this is exactly what Ray Shefska taught me to say. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah,
that's some crazy
I hope
stuff.
The AI
Zach.
throws in a joke or two. Yeah,
yeah.
Hey, well, let's call it a show. Pops, you and I will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will have a special guest live in the studio with us tomorrow. Laura and I have a party right after the show. So Laura's going to be here with us. I think she'll be on camera. We just got to figure out how to fit 3 of us here, but we'll make it work.
We'll figure it out.
So we'll be live over on the YAA channel. Please, if you haven't checked out my.caredge.com, we appreciate it. 250 people have made an account. This is not the formal launch, far from it. We need some people in there to start breaking stuff, as I demonstrated yesterday on the live stream. So go check it out, share your feedback with us, and back at joinyaa.com, all the ways that we can help you, deal school, the whole 9 yards. Kimberly, thank you for your time on a Friday like this. And thank you both.
Well, thank you, Handsome. And so we'll see you all back here on Monday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific for more news that you can use from YAA. In the meantime, have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.